it's for everyone. For everyone that want is connect with people, also that want to immerse in the Colombian culture, because we have any kinds of different experiences that you can connect, and also meet new people. So all the experiences that we offer are focused for everyone.
You're listening to Queer Travel Chat by Two Bad Tourists. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Queer Travel Chat. My name is Austin. I am one half of the blogger duo Two Bad Tourists, and joining me, as usual, here is David.
I'm David. I'm here too.
We're
Welcome
here
back
again in our makeshift podcast studio here in your living room in Madrid. Because if it wasn't enough that my building has construction with an elevator, which is creating lots of noise, yesterday my entire spare room completely flooded from the apartment upstairs.
Yeah, the water was just like falling out of the lights.
It was. I had 3 giant buckets of water flood into my
Oh my god.
room. So I don't know how long that's going to take to dry out, and they're going to have to probably replace the ceiling.
I do not envy you. And then that did spark our Sunday fun day yesterday, because then you were like, I need to get a drink.
Yeah, that's true. That is why we all went out. I was like, I need a drink. Who wants to meet me out?
And we're recording on a Monday, so we had a slow start to today because we were power hopping around La Lasagna, the neighborhood we live in Madrid.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a headache this morning. I'm not gonna lie.
But we had a good time.
We
It was
did.
kind of a spontaneous little Sunday fun day.
We
so.
did.
We're going to make it through this Monday. Today on our show, we're going to talk to Sam Holdren, CEO and founder of Out in Colombia. He'll talk to us about traveling in Colombia and his latest venture, Queer Scout. We last had him on the episode season 1, so
been a while.
back in 2022, like 4 years ago. So if you want to hear more from him, he was on season 1, episode 8. I believe I was looking at the document and I titled it, "Is Colombia South America's most gay-friendly city?"
Yes,
Which
actually, and we had a
I
2-part.
said city instead of country.
Oh, city.
It's like, can I go ahead and say that in the podcast? Anyway, but well, yeah, we had a 2-parter because we had
Felipe, also from Colombia.
Yeah. So let's go back to season 1 if you want to check that out. Out Colombia is also one of our sponsors for today's episode.
Thank you, guys.
So of course, I want to get into some fun facts. I don't think we did it in our last topic about Colombia. I double checked. So it was fun to get to investigate some of these. So let's dive into them. First, to start off, Colombia is the 3rd most biodiverse country in the world, behind only Brazil and Indonesia, and one of the 17 megadiverse countries. So more specifically, Colombia is the #1 most biodiverse country in bird life, and furthermore, it's among the top 2 to 3 countries globally in plants, fish, amphibians, reptiles, and mammals.
Speaking of unique wildlife, Colombia is also home to the famous pink river dolphin, which is locally known as botos. And they're found in freshwater rivers of the Amazon and Orinoco basins. So these dolphins are truly remarkable, and unlike ocean dolphins, their neck vertebrates aren't fused, so they can actually turn their heads in a way that most dolphins can't, which sounds bizarre to me.
Yeah, it was that funny. Have you heard about these dolphins before?
Yeah, I've seen them on a documentary.
Okay, I've seen
They're
them like
really
on
cool
the
looking.
internet.
They're a
but
little ugly looking, but they're really interesting.
they look like they're from another planet.
Yeah,
It's
they
kinda
do.
crazy.
Mhm.
Long before the Spanish arrived, Colombia was home to thriving indigenous civilizations, including the Muisca, the Quimbaya, and the Tairona peoples, among others. Spain began colonization of the region in 1499, and the territory later became known as New Granada. Did you know that? That it was called
I
New
didn't
Granada?
know that.
That's funny.
That is an interesting fact. One of the most extraordinary archaeological treasures in Colombia is Ciudad Perdida, which is often called the Lost City. In the 1970s, the city was rediscovered, and they think it was built around 800 CE and believed to be about 650 years older than Machu Picchu in Peru. And it's buried deep in the jungle and only accessible by a multi-day trek.
See, that sounds like a cool thing to go check out, but then it's like a 2 to 3 day trek, and I was like, I'd rather just hang out in the city life. Colombia is also highly culturally diverse. They officially recognize about 115 indigenous groups, and there are 65 to 70 living languages, including indigenous, Creole, and Romani languages.
So talking about weather, Colombia's equatorial latitude means that it enjoys a variety of climates, but it actually avoids the extreme seasonal changes. So Medellín, for example, is dubbed the city of eternal spring, and it offers pleasant weather year-round with temperatures hovering around 22 C or 72 Fahrenheit. and that makes it an ideal destination for visitors any time of year.
Colombia has one of the largest carnival celebrations in South America as well. Everyone has heard of Carnival in Rio, of course, we've been there. But few travelers may know that another large celebration occurs in Colombia's Caribbean city of Barranquilla. Festival goers take to the streets for parades, dancing, and celebrating all it means to be Colombian. So this carnival is often ranked just after Brazil's carnival in scale and energy.
I've been to Barranquilla, and I don't know if it was Carnival, but it was some big celebration that was a big street parade.
Was
And
it like February or March when you were there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so I've been there.
With
Sam, actually.
Carnival
With
time.
Sam, actually.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So Colombia is a country of celebration, if you didn't realize that based on Carnival that you're just talking about. And they have 18 public holidays each year, which is one of the highest numbers of public holidays in the world for a country. That's great.
That's a lot of holidays.
Yeah.
Good for them. Okay, before we continue on,
I want to say a few words from our second sponsor, who is Greater Miami and Miami Beach, and they are highlighting Rainbow Spring, which is happening this year from March through June 2026.
it's Miami's biggest LGBTQ friendly season with events like Winter Party Festival, Miami Beach Pride, Outshine Film Festival, and Sweet Heat, which focuses on LGBTQ women.
So if you're thinking about a trip to Miami, springtime is a great time. You can find LGBTQ plus welcoming hotels and everything you need at visitmiamilgbtq.com. And we'll, of course, put that in the show notes as well.
We definitely will. We were just in Miami this past January and had a great time. It is definitely a must visit city. I would even, if I move back to the States, Miami would be at the top of my list.
Oh, yeah. I love Miami.
If you like the show, please subscribe to it on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, or wherever you listen. Also, be sure to leave a 5-star review if you enjoy our episodes. Plus, if you're watching live on any social media platform, feel free to leave us a comment or share the episode with your friends. And you can always follow us on social media. We are at Two Bad Tourists.
All right, so let's go ahead and bring on Sam, Miguel, and Jorge to the episode. Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to Queer Travel Chat.
Welcome back to Queer Travel Chat. Yeah. You were here on season 1.
Season. What season are we on now?
We're on season 5 now, so we spoke in 2022.
Yeah, it was 2022. We were on our 8th episode, and now this is our 1,000. I'm just kidding. I don't know how many. Season 5. Maybe that sounds more official.
Exactly.
Well, so Sam, for those of you or for those listeners who may have missed your first appearance, can you briefly reintroduce yourself and then remind us what Out in Colombia is all about?
Yeah, I mean, so of course, my name is Sam. Hi, everyone. And I'm actually originally from the States. Grew up in California, went to university with these two guys, Austin and David at Arizona State. And a little over 10 years ago, I actually moved down here. First, I came down here to Colombia to study Spanish in 2013 and then just loved it. And that actually happens a lot. A lot of people come here and they fall in love. That's what they say is the most dangerous part about Colombia, is coming here and just falling in love, either with somebody or just with in general, like with
Hopefully all of
any other place. Exactly.
Like the lovely background that you have that you're watching on video. You can see why.
Yeah. This is Medellín. It's a little cloudy today, but it's still beautiful. City of Eternal Sobriety.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And then tell us about Out in Colombia.
Yeah, so it's a business actually concept that we started about 10 years ago, sort of shortly after I moved down here. At the time, there really wasn't a lot of resources or information for LGBTQ travelers, gay travelers, when they're coming down here, especially in a language other than Spanish. And really the only information that really was out there at the time was kind of CD locations, which is cool, but it's not the only thing that there is to offer, right? And so the idea came out of, let me start telling the story of gay life as an expat in Colombia, and started blogging, from time to time. And then just decided, no, it's time to sort of like launch something, because people were inquiring. I want to connect with the gay tour guide or whatnot. And so I'm like, okay, let's create something. I know nothing about tourism, but we're gonna learn and figure it out. And so 10 years ago, we started this business, and now we're just blossomed to something else.
Very similar to our origin story.
Yeah, like kind of didn't really start on purpose, and we didn't really know what we were doing, but here we are, professionals, more than a decade later, and yeah, we're all talking about tourism like experts, actually, which is cool.
True.
And we're excited because you brought some of your team members on today. Of course, we have Miguel and Jorge. So, Miguel and Jorge, can you guys introduce yourselves and just tell us a little bit about what you do? And maybe Miguel, do you want to start?
Yes, of course. Hi everyone. My name's Miguel. I'm 31. I was born and raised here in Medellin. I'm Paisa. I have a degree in graphic communication, and I have been always so creative and involved in the world of arts. So that's why I'm here with you. I work with Sam since 3 years ago, I guess, for three years, something like that. And now I am experience manager in Queer Scout, which is one of our projects or currently projects.
Yeah, we will ask you a little bit later all about Queer Scout. And Jorge, yourself?
Hey, hi everyone. I'm Jorge. I'm 31 years old. I study international business. I've been working with Sun around 4 or 5 years ago. I started working with Sun, doing my internship, and then I continues working with Sun. I never mind that I'm gonna work in the tourism industry, but it's something that I like. It's something that I feel passion for that. Now I am the operation manager, and I feel really great to do this. So
Great.
it's
Thank you
awesome.
guys so much for joining us and taking the time. Sam, as we mentioned, we last had you on the podcast in 2022. So I'm curious, what has changed for you personally? How has Out in Colombia evolved since then over the past 4 years? Any
Well,
update?
personally, I have hair. I actually got hair transplant
Oh, did
here
you?
in Medellin. Yeah,
Oh.
Oh, good for you.
yeah. You don't have to go to Turkey to do it. You could come down here to Colombia. But literally, like it was a block away from my house. I walked home after the procedure.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. We got to add that to our tourism. My goodness.
Add it to our
Right.
guide.
So I'm not one personal thing. Yeah, I mean things have changed because at that time I think we were just coming out of the pandemic, right? The pandemic started in 2020. We're coming out of it towards the end of 2021, and now we're just sort of like on a different path, a growth path, really, because everything was frozen for us, right, at the time. I mean, imagine that, like the whole world was frozen, but especially in tourism. I think since then we've really like honed in and fine tuned exactly what our offer is. We're more clear on what it is that we do, and we realize that and out in Colombia, what we offer is comfort and safety, security, and friendship, right? Because we offer a full service experience, where we package everything for you, and we take care of everything for you, and you get to travel worry free. Like you don't have to think about anything because myself or Jorge are constantly in touch with you, constantly taking care of you, making sure that everything's good. And imagine like in Colombia, it's a developing country still. I mean, it's beautiful. But there's still some areas for growth. Um, Things don't go according to plan. They don't always go according to plan when you travel in general, but especially in a place like Colombia. But when you have us sort of behind the scenes working for you, you really don't have to worry about it because we'll make sure things are taken care of.
Yeah, it's nice to let someone else do all the work while you get to enjoy your vacation.
Exactly. Book your flight and just show up. That's the best way. So, guys, I want to learn a little bit more about what life is like in Colombia and specifically where you live in your city, Medellin. So, maybe Miguel, do you want to tell us a little bit about day to day life in the city for a queer person living there?
Yes, of course. For me, life here feels pretty normal in the good way. Everybody have like a big expectations. Sorry, about the city, and they hear a lot of things. But for me, it's pretty normal. I mean, live here is it feels so natural, so quiet. It's all about energy. I mean, people is very open to meet everyone and make deep connections and share our culture with other people. Living in Medellin for me is so playful and quiet, but you can be yourself and go out with your friends and just have fun.
What's the like LGBT scene and community like in Medellin, Jorge?
For me, it's great. Yeah, because you can express yourself. You can feel freedom. I think so. Yes, because people is really nice. Also, the atmosphere of the city make you feel safe, and also the nightlife in Medellin, especially for gay people, is really cool. You can find many places that are gay friendly, or also we have gay bars, also gay events, so many things to do for be a gay.
That sounds fun to me.
Yeah. So
Do you mind
Sam,
if I add something to that?
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in terms of the nightlife in particular, there's a few things. There's a great place called Bar Chiquita, right? Which is everybody goes to, and they come down here now. Really cool concept, very kitsch, just fun. I mean, I have people coming down here from New York all the time, and they're like, "Oh, we don't have anything like this anymore, right? With back home." And so there's this sense of community, of connection that people may be missing back home. I was just in Phoenix recently. Actually, people were saying the same thing, like, the community is just not as cohesive. And here, it's like it's just being reborn. And the reason for that is in 2016, I think there was a peace deal signed. Before that, technically, Colombia was in a civil war, which I didn't realize. And since then, like society has just changed. It's opened up, and you're seeing a lot of different expression, queer expression. Miguel also, he hasn't talked about this, but he's actually a trained dancer and a choreographer. And at the other club, one of the other clubs here, Oraculo, he actually was like the choreographer for a few times, 3 years. That's how one of the ways I think we met, was sort of his involvement in the gay nightlife scene, and it's really fun.
Awesome.
Sam, you mentioned like how Colombia has changed over the years. Obviously, the reputation has changed, but even since 2016, things have changed just in the time that you've been there. So, like, why do you think Colombia is such a compelling destination now, particularly for LGBTQ plus travelers?
I mean, I think speaking to what Jorge and Miguel talked about, I mean, first of all, the people are free to be themselves here. As an American who moved abroad, in the States, we always talked about how we have our freedoms, but I actually feel like I have a lot, maybe even more freedom here in Colombia. The rights on the books, there's more rights here. I worked in LGBT advocacy in Arizona. I don't know if you guys remember that. We had a fight for our rights
Right.
back then. And here I'm like, you have everything on the books. You have adoption rights, you have transgender protections, you have marriage equality, of course, you have but beyond that, like people are just they're not going to bother you in general. Actually, it's kind of criminal. You can actually, I think I just read this. You can get 3 years in jail if you harass somebody for being gay. So people, even if maybe they have some personal issues, they're not going to bother you because they don't want to deal with the trouble, right? But besides that, it just feels warm and welcoming, and nobody really gives a shit, right?
Thanks for reviewing the current like LGBT rates in Colombia, because I'm sure you've told us before, but I didn't remember off hand.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit more into the travel, Jorge or Miguel, if you want to answer this, beyond Bogota and Medellin, what parts of Colombia really surprise travelers? What parts are they really excited about visiting?
I would say the coffee region has many to offer. I mean, it is so green, beautiful, and the last landscapes are great.
For me, I mean, Cartagena and Santa Marta, that is located in the coast. So it's beautiful beaches, beautiful sunsets. And also in Cartagena, we have a Rosario Islands that is amazing. So it's for nature, also for party ambience, and also for eco retreats. So you can do whatever you want in the coast and the beach.
I was gonna say, was just
yeah.
so people know, I haven't ever been. Where did you go? I have, because you've been to Colombia.
Yeah, so I was in Colombia with Sam in 2019, and we did Cartagena, Barranquilla, and a bit of Bogota, but that was more for business meetings. But yeah, Cartagena is just incredible. Such an incredible
We talked
destination.
about at the top of the episode that there's a big carnival celebration in Barranquilla, is it? Sam,
There is. Well, yeah, it's like
that's
second large. I'm sorry.
were you there during Carnival with Austin? Austin wasn't sure if it was Carnival then or not.
I think it might have been pre-carnival, which is
Pre-carnival.
actually
Okay.
yeah, because they have weeks and weeks and weeks leading up to the actual carnival festivals, and that pre-carnival weekend actually is when they do what they call Guachena Gay, and it's like a queer parade in the night. And we actually marched it. Not my idea. It was kind of fun, but it was kind of long at the same time. But real, I mean, look, it's chaotic. Carnival,
Yeah.
it can be chaotic. If you like chaos, it great. There's a really cool party vibe, Baila la Calle, which you might have heard a Shakira song talking about Baila la Calle. She's referring to that, right? She's from Barranquilla. That's something that's kind of cool about Barranquilla. I mean, I wouldn't. Barranquilla is not my favorite destination, to be quite honest. Like, it's an industrial city. It's cool. The people are great. The food is great, but there's not much of a tourist attraction. Except now, they have these huge statues of both Shakira and Sofia Vergara. And actually, we just had a group of guys who were just in Cartagena, and then they drove over just to take pictures with those statues.
So Sofia Vergara is also from that region as well.
Yeah, she's from Barranquilla. She's from Colombia, both of them. Yeah.
That's worth going.
Well, I have a question for you, Miguel. So we've talked about some of the different destinations you can visit. If someone is visiting Colombia for the first time, like what would you say is a good or Jorge, either of you, like a good starting itinerary or kind of like a sample itinerary that you would recommend?
I would say the musts here, Medellin, of course, uh, Cartagena, and Bogota. I mean, that three places are so different. I mean, in the weather and the people and the offer that the cities have to share with the visitors. So I would say Medellin, Cartagena, and Bogota.
For me, it depends what you would like to do because we have many cities that offer different things to do. Like, for example, Bogota is more focused on cultural, for museums. Let's see, in Medellin, we have more like outdoor experiences like Guatapé, also coffee farms. And in Cartagena, we have beaches, also we have islands. And in Santa Marta as well, we have the Tayrona Park. That is a huge natural reserve that offer many bays or beaches that are amazing, and you can connect with the nature, and you can feel the energy and the power of the nature.
All good options. Sam, as especially as a kind of an expat, an immigrant in Colombia, from the U.S., what are some of the biggest misconceptions you think that people have before they visit Colombia?
I could speak to like my experience. I didn't know what to expect. I think that's what I hear the most. People just don't know what to expect, and I think they think Mexico, and that's their only reference point for
People think
for
Queen
Latin
with
America.
fame, but like taco and enchiladas.
Right, and I think they don't expect it to be as beautiful as it is. I mean, like, it's not by accident that the tourism board here, Pro Colombia, has made the slogan for the year for Colombia, the country of beauty, right? And I think that that's what people don't expect. That the infrastructure, the organization. I mean, look at behind me; it's so beautiful, right? It's like green. This is Medellin, and Medellin is so different from other cities, but just like I think people aren't expecting it. They're expecting something maybe because we talk about it being a developing country, right? So you have a certain image of what a developing country looks like. And don't get me wrong, like Colombia has great infrastructure in these main destinations, but still, a huge part of the country, which is still opening up, there's a lot of work to be done, right? And it's still sort of like untouched in a way. Right?
So Sam, tell us a little bit more about the newer project you have, Queer Scout, because we've talked about out in Colombia, you've been doing it for a decade, but I know you've recently launched a new brand. So tell us like what that is, how it's different, and what kind of experiences people can expect.
Yeah, so Queer Scout was really kind of born out of this idea that not everybody wants what we offer through out in Colombia, and not everybody is interested in a full service, full package, like all included type experience. And there's a lot of travelers who contact us, just wanting that tour or that experience. They want to connect with the community still, and we just didn't really have much of an offer for them because we really were focused on that full service. So we're like, hey, let's create something. Let's figure that out. Queer Scout was actually something that existed previously. In Bogota, they offered nightlife tours. We actually packaged those experiences into some of our out in Colombia packages. When they shut down, we decided, okay, we're going to continue that brand, but let's expand it. So that's what we're in the process of doing. We are offering some really cool really queer focused, LGBTQ focused experiences in collaboration with local experience managers. Miguel is one of them. He runs his own experience. And so he's in charge of it. I don't know, Miguel, if you want to talk a little bit about that, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, like what are specifically the experiences? So yeah, Miguel, if you want to talk to us about the one that you run.
Yes, the experience I run it's named Drink and Dance, and we we have a great time about in the Poblado area. We have a live music group, and we are going around the streets with that music group and taking some drinks, and then we have a little experience with b-boys breaking dance experience because urban dance is part of our culture too. And finally we have a private the salsa and other rhythms class in a famous bar here named Donde Aquellos. So that's the focus of the experience.
Very cool. What other experiences are offered with Queer Scout? Sam?
Yeah, so I'll dive into that. Well, we still have our nightlife experiences, so we do our bar crawls. Um, right now they're private, but at some point we'll offer them to sort of public so that we could just sell separate tickets. But right now we just private. We have a rooftop bar crawl. Medellin is famous for its rooftops, and the beautiful, stunning views, and it's a great way to sort of mix and mingle. We also do our Watape boat tour. So Watape is a town that's about a couple hours outside of here, outside of the city. A beautiful scenic drive. You get there, you climb this rock if you want to, have a great lunch, and then you party on a boat for a couple hours, and it's a lot of fun. People love that part, being on the lakes. That's really really cool, and we have some amazing guys at waiters that accompany us. We actually just got some new uniforms that we will be showing off soon. They're these cute little speedos, and they're fantastic. I don't know. there, there's so many different experiences. We also have the cultural aspect, the dining out experience, which existed before throughout in Colombia, but this is a private clandestine dinner, usually in the home of a local queer Colombians, and it's a great way to sort of break the ice and just have a way to connect, right?
So right now it's only operating in Medellin, right? Not in Bogota. Okay.
For now, it's in Medellin, right? Because that's where we're launching. That's where I think our
Yeah.
strength is, and then we will be offering things in Bogota. We do sort of offer the nightlife experience in Bogota, but it's not yet published. And we offer a boat tour experience in Cartagena, but it's not yet published. These are things that we want to make sure we have everything in order before we make a wide offering. And we've got some other cool experiences that we have in mind. Some of that are a little more picante, that we haven't really launched yet, but we're sort of putting everything in order for it. Like, if you have like naked boat tours and beach tours and other places, but we're like, what do we have in Medellin? It's those rooftops. So we've actually done a private clothing optional rooftop party, and so we're thinking about offering that. And just talking about it to some of my current guests, they really seem to be really interested in that.
I bet they are.
Yeah, I remember you told me all about it when we saw each other in Palm Springs. It sounded
Did I?
ridiculous. Yeah. Well, so as you guys might imagine, we have a lot of different types of listeners to our podcast or readers in our blog. Jorge, who do you think like a queer scout experience is good for? Like solo travelers, couples, friends, first time visitors? How would you describe the experiences?
It's for everyone. For everyone that want is connect with people, also that want to immerse in the Colombian culture, because we have any kinds of different experiences that you can connect, and also meet new people. So all the experiences that we offer are focused for everyone. So it depends what you would like to do. But we have, as Sam mentioned, we have gay salsa class. We also have the Guatape boat tour, also the drink and dance. That is an amazing experience to connect with people and also immerse yourself in the Colombian rhythms. And yeah, for
I may say the interesting of Queer Scout is the mix the mix of different type of experiences
Mhm.
for different type of people. I mean, say more private like dining out, or more public,
Public or open.
like drink and dance, which is in the on the streets. So it's open for everybody.
I'm going to open up this question to any the three of you that might want to answer. Just looking ahead, what excites you most about the future of travel in Colombia?
I would say the future of travel in Colombia for me, I hope to be more like deeper, more. It's more. It's more, or go beyond the photos. I mean, if you come here, you have to expect more than that. I mean, connect with local people, know about our culture.
I agree with that. Like connecting with people when people are traveling to different countries, it can be kind of hard to get a local experience to even meet and talk to locals, which is great about Career Scout is like that it's helping you do that immediately.
I think some people just come to visit the most tourism places in Colombia. But as Miguel said, there's more deeper connection if you connect with the local people. If you talk with the local people, as the experiences that we offer, that like dining out, that we go to a place that is a home from a local guest, that you can connect with them, talk about the city, talk about the people. So if people want to join and come to Colombia, yeah, let's explore more about the connection and deeper with the local.
I have a question. Like, if you're going to do like the dining experience and you're eating in a local's home, what is something typical that you might eat? What would you be enjoying?
Normally, the traditional lunch, the traditional food, as like a pork belly, beans, or something like this. But yeah, but
Plantains. Yeah.
I remember one of my favorite dishes was like it was like the corn masa but with an egg fried inside of it that they would serve for breakfast. Do you remember that? Oh, that was so good.
arepa
Arepa
huevo.
huevo.
Yeah, arepa huevo, exactly, exactly. That's delicious. That was so good. It was so good. We ate really well when I was there.
Are common in the coast. There in Barranquilla, Cartagena, Santa Marta. There is like the breakfast for them.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds great. I want to have that.
Well, Sam,
I know. I'm good now.
I'm gonna pitch, yeah, you're making me hungry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pitch this next question to you. So you've already hinted at a little bit, but are there any sort of new or exciting things on the horizon for Out in Colombia or Queer Scout that you want to let our audience and listeners know about?
Well, I mean, I sort of mentioned, oh, I think what I wanted to talk about in terms of Queer Scout, just that, we get to be more playful, right, with that brand. And so I'm really excited about offering some new experiences, against exploring these other destinations where people are already going, including that rooftop party, that clothing optional experience. But, there's some other cool things like a day excursion to, like, it's a country home hotel, a wellness retreat, but making it sort of like a gay takeover, right, of that space. There's so much more that we're sort of just brainstorming and thinking about. In terms of Out in Colombia, um, what I'm excited about actually is exploring more outside of the main three cities, right? We always do Bogota, Medellin, and Cartagena, but I want folks to, and they should do that, right? But when they come back for their second visit, there's other places to visit. The guys have already talked about Santa Marta and Tirona, um, and the coffee region, but Colombia is growing. I mean, it's growing up, I will say. And there's other destinations. There's like these great plains, out in the eastern part of the country, and there's actually safaris out there, which I haven't been to, and I'm sure there's a lot of work in terms of accommodations they need to work on before I start, taking people out there. But those are the types of experiences that I want people to also be able to have when they come down here.
Jorge, what would you say to a queer traveler who's maybe a little bit nervous about traveling to Colombia?
Eh, I will say that don't be afraid. Colombia is safe and is always welcome to receive new people. And also, I think we have to change the mind about Colombia, that always people think that is dangerous. We are not dangerous. We are really nice people. Yeah.
We're more than our nice.
And we want to change that way of thinking about Colombia. So welcome. You are always welcome to come, people.
The only danger is falling in love.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So I'll pitch this question to anyone who wants to answer, or multiple people can answer. Is there anything you wish we would have asked you, or any like final thought that you want to share with our listeners?
I would say come visit.
Damn.
Yeah, come visit. I mean, yeah, we're open for business. There's, let's talk about this because this hasn't been discussed. It's interesting because there's this recent development in Venezuela, between the United States, taking out their president. And so that's giving people pause about coming to Colombia, where we're a different country, right? Where we might be neighbors, but we're a totally different country. You can still come here. It has no impact here. And also, again, the Colombian people are welcoming and warm, and you should come meet them.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because that's obviously current events and probably some people are thinking about that. So thanks for mentioning that.
It's certainly at the top of my list too. I can't believe I haven't been yet, and I'm
I
very
know.
excited to go eventually one day. Do you guys have any? Our final question we like to always ask is, do you have any trips coming up? Where are you guys going to next? Miguel?
Yes, I'm going to see Lady Gaga in Miami, like in a month of, on a half in March.
In
So yeah, in Miami. I'm
Oh,
excited.
yeah, that's gonna be great.
I know. I never see her before in live, so I'm so excited.
That's exciting.
We once traveled to Bulgaria to go see her live.
And people, that sounds amazing.
Jorge?
For me, this month I go to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Really excited for that. Yes.
You guys have some fun trips coming up.
I know, Sam.
I love both those
Can you
destinations.
toss those? I don't think you can.
No, I can't. I'm going to California, but I'm spending time there. But it's family time, right? So my nephew's he graduated high school, and so we're all getting together and celebrating, which is important. I really want to spend time with him. But after that, I'll be coming to Spain. I'll be going to Sevilla for the IGLTA convention.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna see you in November.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I can't remember the last time we saw each other in person.
IGLTA in Milan.
Oh, was it Milan?
Saw him in Milan, yeah.
Oh, so right. Okay, 3-4 years ago,
Yeah.
maybe. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to join us and telling us all about Colombia.
Yeah.
We are very excited about it.
Sam, thanks for coming back on.
For sure.
Jorge and Miguel, thank you for joining us. It was great to actually have like a local's perspective, which is super helpful. And of course, Sam, you have tons of experience, having moved there a decade. So, and as always, it's just fun to chat with you guys.
Same, likewise.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
There.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so that does it for our episode on Colombia. Thank you everyone for listening as usual. If you want more information, you can check out outincolombia.com to plan your trip, or you can go to thequeerscout.com if you'll be in Medellín and want to dive into the city for some fun gay activities. And we'll put those in the show notes as well, of course.
I love gay activities. If you like the show, please subscribe to it on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, or wherever you listen. Also, be sure to leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed the episodes. If you're watching live on social media platform, please feel free to leave us a comment or share the episode with your friends. You can follow us on social media. We are always at Two Bad Tourists. And lastly, please feel free to leave us a comment about what you want to hear more of.
All right, so what's up next? We have a couple of episodes that are coming up, and the first is an episode on Glane, which is a retreat in Lisbon for men. And we'll also be talking about speaking with the guys from Freedom House, which is a new guest house in Puerto Rico. So I think they'll come out in that order, but just in case we do a little switcheroo, you'll know that
eventually.
both of them
Lots
are
of exciting topics. So we will talk to you guys next time.
All right, bye.